Hi, hello, and welcome everybody to our Cyber Meetup event. We're going to get started. I do recognize that there is a lack of seats, and this is something that is happening more and more with our Cyber Meetup. So we need to you need to come here a little earlier to get seats from now on. But if you do have a very big need to sit down, there's maybe some window sills somewhere still open, but we'll see how that's gonna go. So we have a very packed agenda today because of two things. One is that we're gonna have a pitching session on the second part of our Cyber Meetup today. And that's a very interesting thing that we're going to do because maybe you have seen or heard us before. We've done this pitching session before, but we have this thing called the Cyber Acceleration Program, Cyber Accelerator, and we have 6 excellent teams who have gone through this and are finishing up their sessions. One couldn't be here today, but you'll probably hear from them in some other venue. Right, but before we get into this, like fast-paced 3-minute pitches, 2-minute panels, something, we're gonna start off with a little bit more of a, like a bit more traditional way of opening things up because we need to always set context about what's going on in the world, what is happening, and how can you as our Estonian community. Yes, even you who are not Estonians, but you are our Estonian community. How can you contribute? How can you help? How can you be a part of this whole thing we call cybersecurity? We're gonna start off with Priit. Priit, coming up here. Priit's from our Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He's gonna talk to you about what like cyber diplomacy and digital diplomacy is, and take it away. Tell us what is it that you do, and how can the community fit into this whole thing?
Thank you, Lauri, and thanks for inviting me. I've been invited before to participate, but I'm happy that I made it finally. It's a bit hard to see that people are standing, but there are 2 more seats here. But it's a pleasure to be here. So I'm not a cyber person myself. I'm a diplomat, I have to say. So if I say something very wrong in terms of terms, and I'm not been in this position as the Director General for the Cyber and Digital Diplomacy in MFA not too long, so it might happen. But I'm very happy also to see familiar faces in the audience, so it makes me feel better. But from my background, my previous position or last position before that was as ambassador in Singapore and many Estonian companies from cyber and digital area as well, where we work together to do pitching in Singapore or Southeast Asia as well for Estonia business. So I was thinking in these few minutes what I have, just to explain that why we do this in Foreign Ministry as a digital or a cyber diplomacy, why Estonia is relevant in this field, and also what we can do with you. Or I will show you some initiatives which you probably have heard, but I would want to highlight because these are the ones you can jump in the easiest. So first of all, we have a small department in the Foreign Ministry for a long time actually already. It's 5 persons at the moment, but it has been for years. But it highlights, and it's not in all the foreign services that you have separate department for digital or cyber diplomacy, but we do, and that highlights how important this topic is in our foreign policy. But nowadays, of course, in global security, economic, you name it, any policy, technology and cyber and digital and AI is crucial part, and we all in diplomacy have to learn more and more about it. So what we aim in our job is, first of all, to contribute, I wouldn't say changed, but to contribute to the international landscape that when technology develops rapidly, positive way or negative way, we as Estonia, as a small country, we want to be part of this processes where the rules are applied or rules are made. So the basic line for Estonia is that international law applies also in cyberspace, and that's the basic. But it's not for every country in the world, and one is just next door to us, which believes that we need a separate laws in cyberspace. So this is one struggle, and but second one is, of course, how do you apply the international law in the cyberspace, and especially now with the AI times. That's where Estonia has for long contributed. We have been working on, you know, Tallinn manual, you know, different processes where which have been started from Tallinn or Estonia, but also in which Estonia has been active. At the UN level for more than 15 years, we have been contributing to the different processes where the international norms are developed, and also capacity building. We believe strongly that if we want that this, of course, international law nowadays has a bit challenging times in general, but we believe that it can be applied and supported only when we have more countries and around the world who share our knowledge or expertise, and they do understand what it actually means. And that's why we concentrate a lot on capacity building. Maybe you have heard Tallinn, we have a cyber summer school in every year in Tallinn, and other capacity building activities. So this is about the norm side. Of course, also practical level for us in digital diplomacy, let's say, we, as very big part of our economy is digital or cyber related, so our business diplomacy, of course, is also very actively contributing and trying to help you and your colleagues to export our services abroad. And that's again not only business interest for also to support the Estonian business, but we see it also as a foreign policy instrument, because I think with our solutions we also distribute our values. So Estonia strongly advocates, and just today in Parliament the new strategy was adopted, and the goal is that Estonia would be the first country or the best country applying, best democratic country applying the AI. So our story is that we do digital services and solutions for the value-based to the society to function the values what we share in Europe or in Estonia. And that's actually quite a strong argument or selling point in many parts of the world. Then, of course, we in Foreign Ministry we work with capacity building bilaterally as well, and that's also one area where companies jump in, of course, that, for example, to support African countries in building up their digital infrastructure, then our development agency uses as a partner many Estonian businesses as well. And digital and cyber issues are for us also key bilateral relations tool, let's say. This is the issue or the area which opens the doors for us. Estonian digital story, our cyber resilience, that's what opens doors everywhere in the world, and of course that helps us to also build relations with the countries which otherwise would not look at towards this 1.3 million people. And of course, multilaterally as well, Estonia is highly visible thanks to these topics. We are much, I think our role is much bigger than our size, but one example, Estonian ambassador to UN at the moment, Rein Tammsaar, is co-chairing with ambassador of El Salvador, first global process for the AI governance. So this is a multilateral, multi-stakeholder, very comprehensive process, which is first time where UN countries and stakeholders try to discuss, is there any room for cooperation in governing AI globally. So everybody can imagine how challenging it is, but Estonia is leading the process, and we get a lot of visibility and lots of interest what we do, and that links very well what we do at home. We have Eesti.ai initiative, we have D-Leap. This all generates loads of positive interest, and which we, as a diplomats, we just have to use. Then I wanted to talk just very briefly 2 initiatives, just to bring to your attention. I don't know, probably you have heard about Tallinn mechanism. This is the Estonian initiative with other donors to support Ukrainian civilian cyber infrastructure and resilience, and that has been around 3 years, more or less. And now that it has a special platform for companies to join the initiative. This is the purpose is that Ukrainians are listing their needs, their projects, they present them to donors, and that's the platform where donors can link with the private companies who can offer the services. Together with the Ukrainians, together with in consortium with others, so it depends on project, it depends on donor, but I think, and companies can register there if they are interested and ready to work in Ukraine. Definitely worth to look at, and I think it's a good example where the cyber diplomacy has developed something material and something which helps also Ukraine, but of course also Estonian companies if they want. Then the next initiative, hopefully you have heard as well. It's CovStack. That's it's our this open digital infrastructure offer globally. We have developed it together with Germany and ITU, and that's how we present the countries, other countries' governments, how to apply and build up their secure digital infrastructure the way Estonia has done practically. That's a short way. So it has different building blocks, and these have been developed by experts and by inputs from different companies, including from Estonia. For example, there is for EID, or there is one for X-Road. And again, this is a platform where companies can also join to put up your CV, so-called, and you could be part of the offer whenever, for example, certain government wants to apply the infrastructure or this approach, then they can reach to you as well via this. And the final thing I want to just to raise awareness quickly is that we again will have our flagship event in Estonia in autumn. It's going to be 5th to 6th November, Tallinn Digital Summit. And this year there are certain very concrete packages for companies, how you can join in. Go to the website. I hope soon more information will be out there. But it will focus, of course, again, how we, as a agentic state, apply AI in secure way, in competitive way, and also efficient to raise the efficiency. So I think from many of your profiles, I hope you have a reason to join this show as well. So that's shortly.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. About some of the questions about maybe how to join in with the Tallinn mechanism. Will you stick around? People will be maybe wanting to know more how to contribute to this mechanism. Yeah.
Just quickly, it's very easy. Best way to go to the website. It's all explained. But I'm happy to to give some background as well. I'm not running away.
Okay, cool, very cool. Another round of applause. Thank you very much. We're gonna continue. Priit already said something about agentic AI and everything like that, and we have somebody here who can actually talk about this. And Ago has been up here on this stage before, and he was with the police back then, and now he's representing a company called Glazer. So tell us about what is it that you want to talk to us about.
Thank you, Lauri. Yeah, without later introductions, conscious of time here, let's kick this off. Thank you for the invite. As was mentioned, my name is Ambur. I come from the background of law enforcement, around 9 years of experience in different kind of cyber domain investigations, from high-profile incidents to fraud. Starting from the last year, we pivoted to private industry to support the same mission, but this time giving tools to different organizations to tackle the same type of threats. And if we look at the threat landscape right now, the cyber domain is getting more packed, and if you look at the volume and the scale of these criminal operations, it's exponentially growing. So if you look at the research, notably from the last year, it's clear and evident that these threats are here to stay, and the speed from operational threats to, let's say, take from vulnerability disclosure to exploitation is growing from weeks to minutes, if not seconds. But the issue here is that while criminals can be quite reckless and scale fast, we still have to follow the regulations, the rules, and the practice set in place. So we tend to stumble on some of the hiccups, namely if you look at the governance point of view, as was mentioned on the previous presentation as well. It's clear that a lot of the latest incidents have some kind of issue with, let's take these examples on the slides, where agents are using tooling where they shouldn't, in a way that they shouldn't have done. So we're still stumbling upon issues like that, proceeding with cases where there is not enough auditability on what has happened if something goes wrong, up to verification. So if we take let's take the recent examples in the media about the let's take Mythos being able to discover vulnerabilities in super fast speeds. We can't be 100% certain that these vulnerabilities are actually there unless we verify them. So hallucination is still a big part of these issues. The criminals don't have those problems. They can operate without constraints. We in Glazer have built a framework for addressing these issues, namely for our main workflows. So we've designed agentic layer to investigate different type of cybercrime, different type of fraud, up to incident resolve, security operations procedures, supply chain risk assessment, and so forth. And we are also subject to the same kind of risks as our other companies. So we do have the same issues with governance, auditability, verification. The way we are solving this, we've developed a framework. We have solved the governance issue by imposing a multi-tier permission control. So the user has a set of permissions. These permissions are then propagated to the agent, and anytime the agent wants to do something, it has to ask the user for permission or go by the predetermined profile and access and execute tasks it is supposed to or can have access to. By auditability, we do have a raw data trail of any action that's taking place. So anything that's happening in the platform gets preserved, and it's possible to go back in time and see what happened, why happened, how it happened, when it happened. And we are working on a verification layer, essentially mapping the agent output to the source data. So you can actually quite easily go heuristically see what kind of output matches to which kind of input, and you can essentially see where a specific like a data point in agent output is actually originating from. I will explain this through a quick case example. So in this case example, we're talking about the actor called RIS. For background information, RIS is an initial access broker. For those of you who don't know, the initial access brokers are those who sell access to compromised companies. So they find vulnerabilities, exploit, get access to a company network, and then sell that to people who want to make profit out of that in some way, either by deploying ransomware or stealing data and so forth. So a question in this case, really relatively straightforward question: who is RIS? We want to know who this person is so we can actually take action. And if we take this question to our agent, the first thing the agent wants to do is it asks permission to do some of the things, some of the tasks that takes it beyond the model. In this case, it wants to go and enrich the username from different data sources. It wants to go run some Google searches, wants to look into Yandex, and go look in Telegram. All these permissions are coming from the user, so the end user have been given a set of permissions, and then the agent also carries these on, and now there is this manual layer where we actually say that yes, you're allowed to do that, or no, you don't go there. If the agent is throughout its work, it's also reporting back in the interim findings. So if it finds something, it reports back, and you can easily validate the steps that it has taken. So all the chain of thought is there for you to go through. In this case, I had denied some of the tool access for the sake of this example, because this is actually a solved case from the beginning of this year. I didn't want it to go to Google because it would be too easy for it. But in this example, I allowed it to go and enrich this username from different data sources that are not live data sources. And it came back with a few responses. And then we also have the source raw data, like the technical data that the agent has access to. Going forward, speeding forward a few minutes, and we have an interim report from the agent, and then we have also tasked it now to go and figure out if we can collect any kind of admissible evidence on this person from live sources. So now we've given the agent access to internet. We've told it to go and browse the web. We are using our own browser infrastructure for that. The agent instruments that and goes around the web to collect admissible evidence, which is super nice because we have a concrete trail of auditability of what the agent has seen, what it has interacted with. This is all timestamped, so it has proof of that this data existed in a specific point in time, and you can easily go through and see what the agent saw. In this case, we can see that there is information about a recent indictment on a Jordanian man. I will jump into that in a moment. Last but not least, the verification layer. So we covered the governance, auditability, and I mentioned before the verification layer based on heuristics. I don't have a good visual of that, but on a architectural level, we're taking the agent output, extracting all the facts from that by using another agent, and then mapping these facts to the source data. So you can clearly see what came from the model and what came from data sources. And you can really easily highlight hallucinations, what it made up, and what existed in your raw data. And with that, within a few minutes, we know that this is a Jordanian individual, also confirmed by the FBI beginning of this year, and Glazer Cyber published a research on that as well, taking an investigation that would normally take months, weeks to a couple of minutes. And this kind of framework can be applied to fraud, ongoing due diligence, enhanced due diligence, KYC. We can apply it to assessing different threats and risks online and so forth. And this is a quick overview of my framework. Any questions? I'm around, but if we have time.
Yes, thank you. A round of applause, please. Let's take one question from the audience as well. Right back there.
Thank you. Do criminals, while using these agents, suffer from hallucinations?
Criminals, while using yeah, definitely. There is in some of the cases we've seen where there has been a setup of autonomous vulnerability discovery and exploitation. It's not uncommon that the criminal gets a report back that, hey, I've exploited this company, or I have discovered a vulnerability, while it's actually not true. So they're also victim of this hallucinations in terms of output from the agents.
Nobody's safe from hallucinations. That's right. He'll be sticking around here a little bit later as well. You can ask him questions after this. Thank you very much one more time. All right. Before we go into this pitching session, let me go into a little bit of housekeeping, not house cleaning. Housekeeping, just to give you a heads up about our next steps and next things that we do. We want to say out loud two things. One, we have an announcement about our Cyber Meetup in June, and the June Cyber Meetup will this time happen in Tartu. All right? So we're going to take Cyber Meetup to Tartu. Cyber Meetup in Tartu, we're going to do this in concert with our friends who are doing this Cyber Innovation Tartu conference. The Cyber Innovation Tartu conference is an Estonian language this sort of a conference, but after that we're going to have a wider and English-speaking cyber meetup for everybody who is there, the international students and everybody who is not only Estonian speaking. So 10th of June at 6 o'clock at the Delta Center lobby at the University of Tartu. That is going to be our June Cyber Meetup. So in June, no Palo Alto Club. So, you know, and I very much encourage all of you to take this time and maybe scan a code and go to the Cyber Innovation conference as well. The second thing is, so we're going to have this sort of like a pitching session here, right? But at the same time, this is also a sort of a call to arms for everybody who is thinking that, hey, maybe we could do this too. So we have opened up the competition to become one of our Cyber Accelerator teams for next year. This is going to be open until the 21st of June. You can scan the code, or you can just Google Cyber Accelerator, Technopol, and you will find that it is possible for you to apply to this already. We are very much looking for anybody, any of these startups who are dealing with different frauds and social manipulation. And it is my personal wish, and I'm very much personally invested in trying to get more startups which are which are coming out of research and universities. So if you know somebody who is doing a very good master's degree, or is researching something in PhD something, and they are in this process that maybe this could be a great product, then they are very much invited to apply and be in our next cohort of Cyber Accelerator. With this, let's go to this current Cyber Acceleration program, and let's meet some of those teams who have been working on their products and services for a while now. And obviously, when I say pitching session, this is a sort of it's a game. It's a game we play, right? Obviously, the real value of these startups will eventually be true at some point when somebody is buying their products, or somebody is actually being more secure. But this is one of the formats that we do. We have a pitch. A pitch should last no more than 3 minutes, and I'm going to be enforcing that. We're going to invite them up one at a time, and they have a timer here that says 2:59. And then when it goes down to 0, then I'm going to come up on stage whether they have finished or not, right? And so we're going to play this game. And part of this game is also that we have a panel. The panel is over there. Wave to people. We have 3 people on our panel. And let me just go through a little bit of this. All right, look. Peter, also known as Voili. And he's an attorney. He's leading the Trinity Defense Industry Practice Group. Reserve officer, that's cool. Then we have Maria, principal info security expert at CR14, angel investor, and is very much involved in consulting a lot of Estonian enterprises and IT environments. And the third one up there is Joseph Carson. Joseph Carson he's actually been up here a lot. I think he just gave a demo last time, or no, maybe not last time, 2 months ago. So you probably know him. Segura is the company that you're representing right now, right? Chief Security Evangelist. I like those titles. And yes, so this panel is also part of this pitching game. So after every time that we hear a pitch, then our panel is going to say something or ask something. You know what? They asked us, how mean can they be? Right? And so I told them that, you gotta be straightforward. We only have a couple of minutes after every time, and so this is part of the game. They're gonna be mean, maybe. Who knows? We're gonna find out. But to find this out, let's get going. I've been talking too much. We need other people to talk. Let's start with our first pitch. The first pitch is cyber tested, not cyber tester, that was wrong there, right? Cyber tested is coming up here. There's a microphone. And then you're the first one. Let's try this. You see the clock there, right?
Yes.
You have a clicker, right?
Click, click.
Okay. Yes, good.
Yeah.
So go.
Hello, everyone. My name is Karina, and it's my pleasure to present you Cyber Tested, an AI-powered cybersecurity solution. We already heard that the number of security breaches is rising, and 4 out of 5 companies cannot recover after it. On the top of it, we have a regulatory pressure for the businesses to be secure from the day one. Otherwise, you get pretty expensive fines. And when your client or partner asks you, are you secure, and you cannot provide the evidence, well, you lose them maybe forever. And in Cyber Tested, our mission is to make cybersecurity accessible for every institution and become the global solution. We have developed an AI-powered penetration testing and dark web monitoring platform that detects threats and compromised data before the attackers can exploit them. And we have professionals who are giving you the step-by-step process how to solve these problems. We combine the best out of 2 worlds, AI-powered, developed in-house technology that automates 80% of process, plus real experts who are going through your company and give you information that you need to know. And of course, you can see it in more friendly way on our platform, so you can see the security posture of your company in one place. So we serve the best clients in regulated markets, fintech, SaaS, tech companies, or startups that are growing and want to be more secure and value their clients and the trust of the public. So we do not sell reports, we deliver outcomes in the form of subscription-based model, so it's comfortable for our clients. And we also provide white label for partners to resell our product. So we have an amazing team of experts. Our CEO has more than 25 years of experience in cybersecurity and 1 exit. I'm coming from investment banking background and also have expertise in marketing and international relations. And we have a team of experts who are complementing our skills and amazing mentors from Technopol program. And so far, our product was developed on the basis of security company, so we know that we are needed, and we already serve clients and have amazing partners in DACH region. We also, through the Technopol, found clients and partners in Nordics and Baltics, and we also have a Canadian partner, and we also have clients there. And we're planning to become a global solution, so expand and make more businesses secure with us. So choose Cyber Tested as your security partner, and let's become good partners. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, 4 seconds to spare. Nice, I like that.
Stressed.
All right, so we have a panel. There's a microphone. Please be, share the microphone. Who wants to say something or ask something? No, wait. We have a panel.
Please be nice.
Hi. The question is not related to AI. The question is, why should I, as your potential client, why should I trust you?
Well, we deliver better results. So we start with a pilot for the customers who ask this question. So we already were able to deliver at least 50% more vulnerabilities, and some of them are really critical. And through this, we build the trust. That's not the question.
That's not about trust. That's seeing that you deliver results is one thing.
Yes.
How do I know that you are not on the dark side?
Good question. We have good partners who are trustworthy. So, for example, we work with banks who are reselling also our solution as part of the white label. And we believe that through the partners that already have trust and saw our solution, we're building trust through the clients as well.
Would you be able to explain to me how would a company deal with all of the vulnerabilities that get discovered? I mean, it's a headache these days as well. If you produce 50% more, then...
It's not us, we detect their problems. So we also provide the solutions. So we have AI partner that explains them if they have questions. And they are also able to ask us to solve these problems. We also have a team of experts who can come if they don't have security team inside.
So it's not a one-click to resolve all the issues?
No.
Not as of now, okay.
The same as in security. It's always need some tailored solution.
Yeah, that was actually part of my question as well, was about finding, discovering vulnerabilities quickly, but the quick thing is need to remediate them as well. So I think it's important to think about how you remediate them afterwards.
Yes.
My question is really about what's your pricing model? How, what's the purchasing? Is it SaaS? Is it cloud? Is it subscription based? How do you price the solution?
So it's a SaaS product. We have a basic pricing for the small companies. It starts with 1,000, and then it depends on the number of assets. So each asset has a set up price. And we also sell through partners. So partners have, let's say, discounts, and they can also decide how much their customers can pay for it. So, for example, in the US, they definitely sell it more expensive than we do.
Thank you very much. We don't have time for any more questions. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Another round of applause, please. All right, we're gonna continue here with Manos from SIMF. Coming up here, you have a microphone. Can we get 3 minutes up here onto this? That's right. We got it. Manos, you ready?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Great to be here representing SIMF. So with my colleagues, what we discovered is that most enterprises, SOC teams, MSSP, certs, they don't actually know what are the threats that they're able to respond to. So also they have, on one end, they have like documents, spreadsheets that are static and outdated, and they are not easy to collaborate with. And on the other, they invest in SOAR. But automation only works when you have your cyber processes in place. So what is missing? Is missing a technology layer that can find the gaps, reveal all the operational gaps that might have, and unify these two worlds, the static documents with the operational part of SOAR. Now, when an incident hits, teams are still searching, improvising, and trying to find the right way to respond to a threat. SIMF can change that. We have an incident response readiness platforms that creates a live coverage map of your incident response capabilities, and teams can work with you and find the tools in our toolkit to close these gaps. We unify procedures. We are able to map them to MITRE, to NIST CSF, to other frameworks in order to find the gaps. And then we allow teams to create, update, and share these workflows with them in one platform in a vendor-agnostic way. SIMF is not a SOAR, it's not just documentation. We managed to make a cybersecurity readiness operational. We have a working platform with 700+ playbooks. We have onboarded some early adopters, and we are looking to expand. So why now? As mentioned before, now the regulations and all the pressure from EU changes to make the compliance audit that was once a year to prove that you are operational ready to respond to threats. Also, teams need to have one unified and collaborative view of the cyber processes. Our team has long background in cybersecurity and business development, and we come from different backgrounds. And we are looking to scale in Europe, find partners, and promote this cybersecurity awareness while building more AI capabilities for our platform. What we are looking for is partners, mostly SOC providers, MSSPs, but also strategic investment to scale up and define this new category. So SIMF, we are trying to turn your incident response readiness from just a yearly audit to daily operational capability. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's go.
Okay, so explain this to me. Let's say I have an incident response team that consists of a few people. I'm a small company or something like that, or just starting out with information security, posture improvements. How would this make my team's life different? What would happen if I started using it tomorrow?
Okay, first of all, if the maturity is low, we already have these 700 playbooks that are like templates, so your team can educate and build your response capabilities based on these playbooks. But also, if you have like some processes in PDFs or in SOAR, we can ingest everything and have them in the platform, so you have a common view among the whole team. And if there's a leader, the leader can define like the processes that you follow when the specific incident happens, and the whole team will be aligned.
So, great presentation. One of the questions I've got is around with the playbooks, how much customization is required? Because a lot of playbooks just don't work out of the box. How much customization is required? Who does the customization? And how long is it before you truly start getting value from the solution of playbooks and workflows from a time frame perspective?
Okay, can you repeat the last part of the question?
How long before it becomes valuable after deployment?
Okay, first of all, we use AI on that front in order to customize the playbooks. So we don't bring our own AI, but we suggest the clients to bring their own LLM that has also field knowledge of the cybersecurity processes, the assets. We have a full asset management in the platform as well. So you can combine the templates, the general templates, with your field knowledge and create your processes that are operational very, very fast. If you're not using an LLM, we can connect it with a live LLM, but it's not recommended because you would be exposing some of the internal stuff, so use an internal LLM.
So in your presentation, you said that effectively your clients, the response teams, they keep searching for how to solve issues, what they are looking at. So you claim that your target clientele is effectively just fakers who hope to be makers.
They're not fakers. They have the processes, but they could be in different formats. They could be over emails. We have discussed with different clients. They have them in emails. They have them in Confluence. They have them in different checklists. So when the incident hits, they have to find out how to respond to that. And every time, they consistently respond with different ways. But with SIMF, they could have one process, follow that process, and be in sync, the whole team.
Thank you very much. I'm going to cut it off right here. Thank you again. One more round of applause, please. Let us continue. Who is next? Askara. All right, Askara, come on up here. You have the clicker. You have 3 minutes on the board. Everything works. All right. They will put it up right there. All right. Let's put it on the clock.
So there was a sneak peek. We can run through it very quick now. Welcome, everybody. With the ending of this Cyber Accelerator, I'm going to present the new start and the opening, the official first product that we're going to launch with Askara tonight. And I'm going to do this by taking you into the fictional exhibition city that we have created our own world Bible around to tell the story and really make you understand what Askara is and what we do. Which short basically comes down to agentic automation of cybersecurity compliance. And before we really enter this new world, I would like to give you the problem with the old world. So we all know this increase of insane amounts of compliance that come through European legislation, directives, NIS, DORA, etc. And it creates this tremendous burden of governance, compliance for SMEs. And so far, the answer of the market has only been faster evidence. And Delph, I'm not sure if people are familiar with this, but in GRC is a great example of how this can go be terribly awry. We, with Ascara, we do this through bringing the AI agents where the people are actually working, so in Slack or in Claude or Gemini, where you're actually interacting with them, and through the interaction, the evidence of how secure your company is actually the byproduct and is being written in the back end. And to visualize this product, it's best explained and beautifully explained with this video, this image, where this AI agent that is asking only the questions and interacts with you where you are, uses some kind of calculator, an oracle as we refer to it, that, for example, runs a lot of Monte Carlo simulations on your risks to quantify them, and it gathers all of the information to quantify these risks and then puts it in the knowledge graph. We, as a team, in the course of the past 7 months, have really focused on building a strong team that can scale. So not just focusing all the knowledge between two co-founders. And we did this with our launching customer, Palo, where we were able to prototype a lot of it and really notice that our solution is making great engagement possible and really fun experiences. I'm going to skip a bit through the roadmap because I want to use my last 3 seconds to show and this last slide, and I would like everybody to invite them to make a picture of this, because then you can go to the website ascara.solutions/RIA, where you can get more information on our product.
All right, thank you very much. Applause, please. And do we have volunteers who want to start us off?
So I'll get started. So one of the things is you mentioned about GRC. What specific compliance and regulations do you help me address? I didn't kind of understand or get an understanding. Is it PCI compliance? Is it GDPR? What DORA? What are you covering?
We specifically focus on ISO 27001 to make that possible, which at the core has risk management, really, and a lot of these other legislations are basically covered through doing ISO properly.
I used to work as an IT auditor, and unfortunately I've seen quite a lot of rubber-stamped compliance papers. I hate that. So how would you avoid rubber stamping?
The rubber stamping is like what you present to the auditor as the proof.
The rubber stamping is kind of like an official paper that says that everything is fine and nice, but in the background, it's all shitty.
Yeah, exactly. So that's really the governance theater that I refer to. And that's happens basically because you're trying to tell some kind of like fake story to your auditor, which indeed has no resemblance to the real security posture. And by engaging through these agents and the results, the reports that you can generate from their conclusions on your interactions, you can tell what the actual security posture is and where like weaknesses in which teams reside. And you can actually focus your controls more on people and human behavior as well. But yeah, you can basically generate the real deal and not just the paper smokescreen.
Maybe it's because I'm a lawyer or just dumb, but your presentation brought to my head 2 words, or 3 words: security through obscurity. I failed to understand what you were pitching. So if you put your offering into 1 sentence, what it is and to whom you are offering.
So basically it's an AI agent that talks you through the processes of your cybersecurity posture, and it generates it maps like the real behavior to see if it's like really doing this, and so you can improve on it.
Thank you for that one very long sentence, though. But all right, another applause, please. All right, thank you. Let's keep going. Let's keep going from apps. What? All right, come on up here, Mihkel. There's a microphone. There's a clicker, and there's 3 minutes on the clock. Talk to us.
Hello, I'm Mihkel. I'm here with Lembit. We are representing a company called AppSwot. So with over 30 plus years of cybersecurity experience, we have become to believe that that cybersecurity doesn't necessarily have to be so complicated as it seems to be at the first stage. So we have set out to build a platform for SMEs, which provides them with cybersecurity that works beyond compliance. So cybersecurity has become a business requirement, not only because we have the EU directives, we have the NIS or the GDPR or AI Act, but also because businesses are asking other businesses whether you are compliant, whether you can kind of show us that you are secure. Now the problem for SMEs is simply they cannot afford CISO. And the second one is they say cybersecurity is too difficult. So they are left with consultants who are expensive, one-off, they leave, everything becomes static, or glorified Excel, which does the same, leaves them static. So we came out with a vision, and we are determined to do this, to actually provide them with a platform where they can ask, let's say, have a continuous feedback and also understand what they are implementing. In terms of whether it's a C-level or company managers. So they can focus more on actions and decisions and understand how they implement throughout the company and how this makes them more secure. So we position ourselves rather kind of giving feedback, constant feedback, rather than static document in the document repository. And we will ensure that you will be compliant with ISO 27001 or GDPR or whatever you have set out to, but this is a secondary effect which we will fill in for you. So, but otherwise you will understand that your cybersecurity is not just implemented, but also understood across the company. Thank you.
Thank you. We have questions, comments, thoughts. Peter.
How does your business scale?
Microphone.
Oh, sorry. So this is the unique time. This is the only time where we can scale by building the Agentic AI framework, where we can actually kind of scale up the expertise that we have gained over the 30 years and what our network has.
In addition to the scaling, is that what's the business model? I mean, so you're targeting small, medium businesses. How do they get the service? So is it through what's the platform? What's the solution? What's the offering that they're getting?
So right now we are with our test clients. We are working with 4 different groups who have a lot of SMEs. So we are basically offering them our own platform with our own kind of AI. And we're kind of making sure that this information is secure, kind of kept within that. Also, we are looking on-prem solutions for them. So it kind of depends where the client like kind of need or the market need comes. Right now, we are in a situation where we have more potential clients than we have solution. So by the end of next month, we are in a different position. We have a solution that actually works, but right now we are in a bit of a pickle.
Okay, one question from me as well. If I adopted your solution tomorrow, what would it change for me as a CISO? Like, what's the difference? Would it
as a CISO, it wouldn't change much for you, except you can basically run your organization as a CISO better, but it would change if you didn't have a CISO. If you're a CEO, as a small and medium company, and you don't have money for CISO, or somebody who's constantly kind of overlooking it, because the feedback for us, from the SMEs, has been that simply don't have enough to hire a CISO, or they don't have personnel to kind of switch it to.
Okay, got it now. So basically you have a simple workflow in there that would help any person to understand what they have to do next, etc., how they have to evaluate risks, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly, that they would actually understand that cybersecurity is not that hard, that you can basically share the load between the people you actually have.
Okay, thanks.
All right, thank you very much. Another round of applause, please. Thank you. We're gonna do a soft break here. You know why? This is very, very mysterious. Because our next startup has asked us not to put this up online. So with this, I want to say to everybody who is watching us online right now, thank you for watching us. This is another reason you should be here in person, if possible. And we want to say thank you again, and we welcome you to our next meetup on the 21st of May here in person as well. And have a good night, and bye-bye.